Hello and welcome, friends. And this is Golden Lion Tarot, and today we're going to be doing a timeless tarot reading. And our topic is, why did you fall for this person? So, for a lot of you, I'm feeling that this energy is from a previous partner. It could be one that still is taking up a lot of brain activity. They're still in your thoughts. They're still like radiating some sort of an energy throughout your life at this time. For others of you, it's going to be a current situation, a relationship that you are in right now. But for all of you, it's definitely going to be someone that has been very impactful on you, someone that you really fell for, someone that took up a vast amount of love space within your heart. All right, so for the 3 piles today, we've got 2 amethyst crystals with 1 yellow calcite in the middle. Now, our first crystal is this little tumbled beauty. Amethyst is good for brain stimulation, for meditation, for enlightenment, for helping us to stimulate the mind and our creative flow, mental clarity. Some people even use amethyst for relieving headaches. They will put this stone on their forehead or wherever the pain is and ask the stone to clear it. And remember, if you're starting to work with crystals, it does take time to connect with them. So be patient. If it's, you don't, pick up a stone and create a magical castle with it. Okay, it's a slow integration of you and this crystals before you start, facilitating some sort of change with them. But do know that they do hold healing properties, and we are able to harness these healing properties if it's something that we are interested in doing. Okay, and then we've got this other pretty little, it's not so tumbled, it's more of just a cut blob of yellow calcite. Yellow calcite is great for clearing laziness, clearing unmotivation, helping us to make changes, invigorating our mobility or our drive and our motivation. Okay, and then lastly, we've got this other beautiful little beauty with a white circle. It's like for finding truth, seeking understanding, spiritual enlightenment, mental clarity. All right. All right, so take all the time that you need to choose which pile is calling you. If more than one is calling your name, then by all means, listen to more than one pile. Do whatever feels right to you. Hello and welcome, pile 1. Today we are talking about, why did you fall for this person? Okay, we chose this gorgeous little tumbled amethyst stone. Good for brain stimulation, mind clarity, pushing away brain fog, opening up creativity in the mind and working through the body, mind, heart, and soul. Okay, so thank you for being here, and let's get into it. So why is it that you fell for this person? It could be a person from your past, it could be a present situation, it could be anyone that is still calling to you through your heart, still radiating some sort of like reaction within your day-to-day lively, as you go about your day, some like unseen force just allows you to think about this person. It's like you can't quite like move on from the feeling that you had for this person. Okay, that's going to be the one that we're speaking about today. All right, so what this person was like, I asked the cards, and we've got the World card. So this person, it looks like this person gave you the world. This person was very focused upon you when the two of you were together. It feels like they may have stood on top of their head doing like acrobatic jumps to get your attention, or they did that when you were together, trying to really show you how amazing and creative and strongly focused that they could be on only you. It's like you knew they only had eyes for you and you loved the attention. Okay. Then we've got the Hanged Man. So it could be that this person gave you the world, and then later on in life, they left you hanging. They left you completely like in a state of disillusionment where you were just confused, maybe afraid of where the relationship had turned, can like in bewilderment of why things maybe went south, or why you weren't connecting the way you were when for the first couple years, first 3 years, first year of your relationship. Then we've got sunglasses, watching, looking, perception, stalking. Okay, so when this relationship floundered, it could be that one of you, hopefully not you, ended up watching from afar, feeling obsessed, not able to let the relationship unfold and like disintegrate in the way that it needed to do so. One of you held on too tight, and it could be that it put this connection in kind of like an uncomfortable, maybe for some of you even a dangerous scenario. Could have been uncomfortable to even walk out of your door, to walk into your car in fear of somebody watching you, noticing what you're doing, maybe following you sometimes. So there's an element of unhealthy stalker-ish vibes here. For some of you, it could just be like Facebook stalking or Instagram or social media or Twitter or whatever. If you have like a social media platform that you post all your pictures, then maybe this person is just really getting into that area of your life, and they don't it's almost like they're overstepping their boundaries with it to the point that it's unhealthy, because with that card, it's an element of not looking into somebody else in a healthy way, but more in like a very unnatural, not a good place. I would not want somebody looking at me to that degree. Okay, we've got inseparable. Our love is always there despite the distance. Okay, so I believe the reason that this person has had such a hard time letting go is because the two of you really did have this connection, like a connection that was, wow, it's like a love of the ages. for some of you, you don't know if you're ever going to be able to find this element of love that you had with this person. It was so deep, so profound, so like, it's like you guys represented like what love can be when you were in the healthy state of love. It was a very passionate, explorative, like tantalizing, but in a safe way. Beautiful. You guys showed kindness and just devotion in such a beautiful way that I get why this love is something that's hard to let go of for on both sides. But one of you, it looks like probably you. And if you guys are still together, then yeah, you guys have a very strong connection. And if you were to separate, one of you is going to have a really tough time with that. Maybe it doesn't go all the way to the point of stalking, but they're going to have like a very unhealthy, recurring pain in their heart from not being in this relationship any longer. All right, so I see why you fell for this person. They just really gave you a lot. There's a lot of chemistry there. There's a lot of like potent energy. All right. Today, I asked for a card like with this relationship, you know, because I believe every relationship has a reason, and there's like a real hidden, sometimes you can see it. For others, it's more of a hidden reason of why the relationship came together, why it didn't pan out, or, you know, what the purpose behind it was. All right. So this relationship is helping you to ascend to new levels in this lifetime. Because of this relationship, you will be transcending obstacles. You will be learning. You will be expanding. You will be able to grow into a new phase that if this relationship hadn't entered your life, that you wouldn't have been able to easily phased into. And it's also preparing you for the union of your life. So that's encouraging. Great. So so this relationship is preparing you to have the love, the commitment, the safety of being able to give your heart and feel into another's. You have that sense of safety when you give and allow another human being to feel you completely and you feel into them. Like this relationship is bringing you because of that relationship, you're going to be able to conjure this ascended, beautiful relationship into your future. All right, so in the past, you felt devastated, but now you know how to overcome loss, rejection, and sadness through communication and processing your emotions. Wow. So now, okay, so this person in the past, it might have felt like the absolute end of the world if you didn't see like eye to eye on something. So maybe you let this person like almost take over your independency. You may have let yourself go a little bit by allowing the other person to get what they wanted. I see one person holding more of a power in this relationship than another. I see this relationship moving, but then maybe like this relationship moved forward a bit and you felt safe enough to express, you know, your imparting ideas that came to your head. And instead of just like going with the flow of what that person wanted, you spoke up and said, well, I don't see things the way that you're seeing them. And you began stating your opinions, which really might have upset this person because they were used to getting their own way and you just going with the flow. And that person just feeling like there was magic, but really in your gut you felt that you weren't stating all of all of who you were. Tell me more about this World card, Spirit. Okay. That's a lot of cards, but okay, so. Okay, so we've got the Moon card, we've got the Fool, and we've got Temperance. So there was a lot of times that you felt insecure because you weren't able to maybe speak up for exactly what your point of view was, and then you started jumping off cliffs, it felt like, chasing a butterfly, just to like open up the ability to insert your dreams into this relationship, to insert a little bit more of who you were into this relationship. And it might have felt like it backfired on you because this person was so used to just getting things their own way. And I feel that it disrupted the harmony. But really what it was doing is instilling the balance and bringing justice back into the equation. Because trust me, if this person was just allowed to see things the way that they saw things without your opinion in there, then something was off for them too. They weren't just like getting everything their own way and having it all and feeling like they were in a state of flow. If something's off, everybody in a relationship can feel it. So we've got the Three of Pentacles collaborating, coming together, and then we have the Five of Swords, which indicates arguing, not seeing eye to eye, like gray skies, cloudy vision. So I feel like, you know, the collaboration came to somewhat of a standstill when you started putting your own opinions into things. But now you know how to overcome loss. You know how to deal with rejection. You know how to deal with sadness. And you do this through like looking at your emotions, looking at, you know, the way you feel and communicating it thoroughly when you're in a relationship. And that's a huge lesson to learn. It's a beautiful lesson to learn. It's like you have this undeniable feeling inside of you that you need to be true to who you are. All right, there you are as the Emperor, standing up for your belief system. It's like you've gained a bunch of knowledge in this relationship and now you stand steady on top of it. But yes, you really did have like a wildly it's like you had a revival with this person. They revived your heart in a way, and they made you feel like beautiful and appealing and sexy, and they brought a kindness out of you, but they also brought a stability out of you that you would not have ordinarily been able to conquer so quickly. So they did do some great things for you. There was this really strong physical attraction with the two of you, and I feel like maybe you haven't had that type of connection with somebody maybe since then, or you have, but something was missing that you had with this person. But don't forget that there was also like darkness, and there was a reason why the two of you separated, or there's a reason why the two of you haven't seen eye to eye on things, because that is really what was leading you to have this change, this ascension. You've got this beautiful Ascension card. You're learning how to transcend obstacles. You're learning how to expand yourself to a new phase. And this relationship is also preparing you for union. It's helping you to create self-love for yourself in a in a feminine way, where like if you feel something, then you're going to um be able to like put the scales in balance by holding your feelings as a very important part of all of your upcoming relationships. Beautiful. So you've learned you've learned how to flow within a relationship through this person. Let's see, any more that would like to come out, Spirit? So we've got the Two of Cups. Wow. So you're going to be learning how to have a beautiful, soul-filled, committed, it's like you learning how to mend something out of this, and it's going to help you to like delineate in the future between what is more true for you and what is something that you're going to be able to leave behind. Beautiful. Two of Cups, right? Wow, you can't beat that. Let's see. Anything else, Spirit? All right, we've got the Nine of Cups. So the Nine of Cups is, it's like you're getting this beautiful resource of your emotions. You're learning how to hold your emotions, how when your emotions come flooding through the doorway, how to look at your emotion, state that emotion is there, and then integrate it into your relationship in a healthy way, whether you have to cry at first or yell at first or whatever at first, but you're putting your emotions into the equation. Because in the past you may have felt devastated, but now you're learning how to overcome loss, even rejection and sadness, and you're doing it through communication. You're processing your emotions through the use of communication. Very cool. All right, let's see. Let's grab one of these. Okay, so we've got impatience. So sometimes you might feel impatient to get the big grand scale product of like what you think a relationship should be. It's like you want it now. Okay, but your spirit guides are right in the back. They're like clapping their hands. They're saying, look, you have to learn things step by step before you get the grand scale of your manifestation. You're not going to be able to have this beautiful, grand scaled relationship until you've like twisted out the kinks of what is important, you know, in having a successful relationship. So be patient. This relationship was very valid toward what's coming in for you. You are ascending to new heights. You are like a really beautiful person that is gaining super valuable information, and this past love, that you did fall for this person for a very important reason, and you will have success out of all of this, out of every relationship that you've had, especially this one in particular that you're thinking about right now. It's bringing you all the things that you're going to need for your next relationship. All right. So if this reading hit home for you, please like this and subscribe to my channel so that I can continue integrating our energies together to bring forth more of these readings. All right. Until next time, I ask you also to leave me a little comment if you're able to. All right. And I send you lots of love. Until next time, guys, take care. Hello and welcome, pile number 2. Today we are talking about why did you fall for this person? And I'm starting to feel that that's what's coming out within these reading today is a sense of a lesson, a reason why the two of you came together, why there was this committed relationship, this beautiful union, and maybe it turned into a breakup for some of you, and for some of you not. But there's certain lessons that are coming out in this reading, and it's more or less like the reason for your ability to fall for this particular person, because within them they held the key for you to learning a skill or learning more about yourself. Okay, so you chose this little yellow calcite today. Yellow calcite, a lot of times we correlate this to our solar plexus, to the battery of our auric field, to our chakra system. It helps with our motivation, with clearing any like lethargic energies from our lives. It helps us to feel invigorated. Cleansing and clearing laziness. Renewal to the way that we commit ourselves to our daily activities. Okay. So why is it that you fell for this person? Okay, first out, we've got the Seven of Swords, Moon in Aquarius energy. So we have some deceit, feeling of time being stolen from them or something being taken away. Then we've got talking, interested, awaiting messages, texts, calls, emails, talking more. Okay, so I feel like there was a level of something about around communication was brought to the forefront within this a relationship. And we've got poker face, taking a chance, risks and options, not showing hand, gambling. Okay, so for some of you, you felt that you had to put on a sort of a mask and hide your true identity from this person. There was times that you felt kind of like a masked entity within this union, where this person did not see the full range of your emotions, the full range of your feelings, the full range of your heart, the full range of the facial expressions that you would have liked to made. I feel like maybe when they turned their head, your facial expressions came out in a more authentic way. And we've got, in the past, you were taught not to cry. Now you are aware that expressing sadness by crying is healthy and healing. Okay, so there's a situation here where one of you, going along with the poker face again, one of you did not like to show your emotions. It could have been both of you. It could have been both of you in different ways. But definitely at least one of you were not good at showing emotions, to the point that you did not even cry. Say your heart was torn, something sad happened to you, and you would not even be able to have that breakdown, have that moment of clarity where sadness overrides your whole body to the point that it floods the outside of your body with wet, torrential, downpouring rain, tears. Right? Tears cleanse, rain cleanses. one of you were unable to do this in this relationship, but now you're in a way that you're able to understand and that this clearing is like a welcomed thing, and it really helps you to feel like a more comfortable, accepting human being within your body. We've got stabbed in the back, heartbreak, pain, separation, deception, shocking attack. Wow, so somebody here, could be to this day, is dealing with an intense amount of turmoil within their body. Like they have these times where it's all that they can focus is on the fact that they were stabbed in the back, that they are dealing with so much pain that I believe the other one is not even aware how much pain that their spouse or ex deals with at times. I think that there's an intense level of pain here that if it is coming with a definite sense of victimhood. Okay, so if you're inflicting this pain upon your ex, know that this is not this is not exactly your fault. This is definitely not your fault. If you chose to leave them for any sort of reason, this is them almost being in denial of what the true authenticity of what your relationship was. So they might believe that you were supposed to be together forever, or vice versa. This energy can work either way. It could be you that feels stabbed in the back that you were left. So relationships always go either or. Whenever you're dealing with a relationship, even with a mother-daughter, father-son, mother-son, whatever, the energies can be intertwined because that's just how they come out in these cards. Okay, so somebody's feeling stabbed in the back. They have an intense amount of, they feel like they've been demeaned. They've been put into a situation that wasn't clear to them. They feel that they don't have like a good, like their receptivity is off, and they haven't accepted the situation. They really have like this goal of getting over you, or you getting over them, but they really haven't locked that feeling down yet. Okay, so we've got the King of Pentacles. So this person could be very wealthy, or they could have brought you in a lot of security financially. And if it's not financially, then they're like they were a very stable unit in your life. They brought in like a sense of focus, a sense of feeling that you can actually like get through life with this person by your side. They've really made you feel stable in a not so stable environment. So you held a lot of respect for this person. It's almost like somebody flew in and out of this situation in a quick way. The sun was brought in just as fast as the sun was taken out. This person brought like really stable footing, but when this person's gone, the stable footing is not as strong. And we've got the Five of Swords. So there could have been like not seeing eye to eye, not being able to focus on. It's almost like the two of you weren't able to see eye to eye on something. So the focus was shifted, and it just wasn't able to be put aside. Maybe one of you believed it could have been put aside, but the other one did not. Let's put that right here. Okay. Tell me about this Moon in Aquarius, this Seven of Swords, Spirit. Okay, so even though there's an element of feeling like you've been cheated, like something's been taken away from you, like time has been stolen, or this person didn't give you the whole of themselves, there's still like a beautiful, they did bring in a beautiful overflowing, and it might be because of the stability. They did emotionally fulfill you in a way that other people were not able to. It could be because they brought in a lot of patience and the potential for you to feel strong in a way that you weren't able to before them. But that's like over top of the Seven of Swords. So something was being, you didn't have it all though. Why didn't you have it all? What were you missing? What were you missing? So we've got the Five of Swords again. So we've got the Five of Swords twice. So it's almost like the two of you, it's like you brought each other a lot of stability, but it's almost like you were completely different people in another way. It's like somehow there was a real sense of stable commitment when you were together, but there's another side of you that you just did not see eye to eye on, where you guys were almost like on opposite ends of the spectrum. I feel like when you were talking made you feel more comfortable, more connected. Like you had a full connection when you were talking with this person, but I feel like possibly the talking, somebody's waiting messages, somebody's waiting for a call, somebody's waiting for a text, somebody's asking for more talking. So it could be that you felt like you got stolen, you got gypped. You got gypped in the area of communication with this person. But I'm getting like a real sense of like family with this person. Like it's almost like you felt really comfortable in other places, but maybe they weren't emotionally there for you. Like through the ability to talk and converse in the way that you wanted to. All right. Tell me about this stabbed in the back energy, Spirit. So we've got the Ace of Wands. So out of nowhere, it's like one of you got a new passion and just maybe left the other one in the dust. Then we've got the Queen of Swords. One of you was just like, the hell with this. It's time for me to use my mouth in the most beautiful, vibrant way that I was meant to use communication. One of you is really good at communicating, and we're just like, screw this. I'm going to look at this passion that I have firing up inside of me. And I'm leaving this person in the dust. I've had enough. It's like you decided to put this part of your life in the past because it was making you feel like you had lack and loss. You felt maybe rejected. You were starting to feel like you were losing a fragment of yourself to this non-communication. I see you just like putting yourself up first and foremost and looking to like greener pastures, but really the pastures were greener. They didn't just seem greener when when you got out of this relationship, they were greener. And if you don't believe that they are, they are. Okay? They are. So whoever was taught not to cry is now attempting to cry. And that is one of the big lessons that you learned with this person. This person opened up the floodgates somehow. I also feel like both of you held different poker faces for different reasons. One of you not crying, but this is not what a together person looks like. That's what you thought in your head. Like, this person might give you stability, but if this is not what a together person looks like, and you knew it, and it became like not sexy to you anymore that this person was not able to communicate in this way, and it maybe turned you off emotionally. And a good cry out actually brings couples closer. So I believe that you learned this through this relationship. Even though one of you feels stabbed in the back, that's because whoever's feeling stabbed in the back is not seeing the reason for this relationship. Because the reason that this relationship came together, I believe, okay, it's like this. If somebody checks all the boxes, but the heat has vanished, or the heat was never fully there in the first place, or the heat dissipates due to a lack of emotional connection, it's okay to walk away. Even if this leaves the other partner in pain, you're not being selfish. If you follow your heart, then you are doing what is best for all involved. So if both of you have come to an agreement that this part is not important to you both, but you need to be honest, because, okay, so I'm saying this, some people come, although this isn't going to be for everybody, but for some people, if it's the passion that has fallen away, and it's just like come to this in a natural place, like some people don't need passion in their lives. Like it's just it's not where they are, and they don't want to fulfill that part of their, like their humanly, bodily, functional opportunities, and they choose not to be sexual with their partner. Like that's a whole different story than not wanting to be sexual with your partner, because the emotional ties aren't there because of that. And I feel like somebody began being not attracted to their partner because this emotional tie was missing. You may have, okay, so we've got the Knave of Chalices. Yes, somebody just was not emotionally mature. It could be they had an upbringing where their parents didn't talk to them when they had a problem. They just like went mute. So they just don't know how to do that. And it's really not up to you to teach this full-grown human how to come out of the darkness and into a stable footing. Like, you can only teach somebody so much, right? Before it becomes burdensome for you. I think that you received a lot from this relationship, but, you know, the lesson is if it's time to walk away, you do that with an open heart, and knowing that another person is going to be left in sorrow and sadness is not always, you know, it's just not always your fault. Sometimes people get stuck in victim mentality, and they're just going to operate from that level of lack and sadness, and there's no stopping it, right? If it was they're learning lessons out of this, just as you are learning a higher lesson in another way. All right, so if this reading hit the spot in any way, please let me know. Leave me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. This helps me to integrate your energies into my readings. All right, so thank you for being here and for doing this with me. Until next time, take care. Hello and welcome, pile number 3. Today we are asking the cards in spirit, why is it that you fell for a certain person? What was the reason behind it? What was the lesson? Why did you come together? What was the underlying reason behind this situation? All right, you've got this amethyst, and I'm quite sure it's a dreamy amethyst crystal. Amethysts are good for helping the creativity and the mind be in harmony, using the mind to strategically create, clearing the mental body, having clarity, and some people even use it for enlightenment. Also, it is used for clearing headaches. If you have a headache, you can ask your crystals to help clear out the energy, show you what is causing the headache. For greater clarity and mental receptivity, the amethyst is a wonderful stone to use. All right. So why is it that you fell for this person? Oh, we've got the Ace of Cups. Wow. Okay, so this is a very, very significant relationship in your life. So this person held a high amount of love for you and you for them. Whether you questioned that at all, there was no... It was seen on both sides of this relationship what that love was. And we've got the Queen of Cups. Wow. So this is like a deep emotional connection where there's a tenderness, a lovingness. When the two of you were together, it's like you touched each other. You couldn't keep your hands off of each other. You put your hand on each other's backs if you're near each other. You let each other know with connection that the other one was there. You really like love to cuddle and snuggle and just be close to one another. Holding hands, holding each other's skin brought you guys a lot of comfort. Okay, we've got the Ace of Coins. So this relationship also brought both of you stability. So wherever you were in your life, and you could have been in completely different directions, when the two of you came together, there was like a strength being born, a new strength. This person brought a strength to you, and you brought a strength to them. Reminiscing, I miss our inside jokes. Very cute. So the two of you probably had like a lot of little like smirks the other one would make, and then the other one would just like know exactly what they were talking about. Or when you were together, you came up with like your own like language, like you came up with new words for like a situation, or you guys just had like some weird little things that you would do that nobody else would be able to zone in and know what you guys were talking about. Your own little language, coded language here and there. Very cute. And we've got date. Get back out there, meeting someone new, setting a date online. Okay, so I feel like when the two of you got together, maybe you were one or both of you, probably both of you, were in some sort of a dating rut. It's almost like one of you were just like tender, naked, bare, and raw from a previous relationship. And maybe the other one was like stagnant and not dating. There just wasn't a stream of flirting or like an effective way of feeling sexy. I feel like that you guys brought this sexy out in each other. Very cute. It's like it originated with the two of you. It's like you guys created out of nothingness. It's like you guys had the building blocks of bringing that sexual side out in one another. Really beautiful. It's like you guys have like had such a profound effect on one another that you think back on your time together with like so much love and affection, and it's like when the two of you got together, you just like broke the barriers of convention, and you brought out like this fervent, sexy appeal. All right, then we've got Hand of Cards. Take a chance, risk, being strategic, options, not showing one's hand, and gambling. Okay, so I feel like you took a risk by dating this person. You may have taken a risk dating this person. Like they weren't your ordinary beau or your ordinary girl. Maybe they were from like a marginalized group from society, or they were like not from the same family, the same type of family background that you had. I feel that there's like a difference in the two of you. Could be a difference in age or a difference in backgrounds. Maybe one family is more centered on money and the other one's not. They're more centered on emotions. Or maybe I don't know, but I do feel like a difference in between the two of you where it stood out, because that's a huge amount of stability being grown out of something. Is like where two different beings come together and create something new. That's like a serious rooted stability. Then we've got in the past, friends walked out of your life without reason. But now you understand that people have their own journey and not to internalize their pain. So maybe because this different background that the two of you had, this person could have, they could have been a little nervous on taking things to the next step with you. They could have been unstable when either you were with them, you felt that they weren't fully going to commit to you, or they would say they were coming and then sometimes they would flake, or somebody did this in the relationship, and though you made a real stable commitment in one area of your life, another area of your life maybe wasn't stable. But I do feel like a really strong soul tie for the two of you. No doubt you guys had like a connection in a past lifetime to be able to come together and do this type of union, this type of coming together. We've got the Four of Chalices. So someone was feeling bored in this relationship, like they weren't getting the fullness of what they believed they should be getting out of a relationship. I feel like one of you like brought like breakfast in bed on a silver tray, and the other one just didn't really notice all the work that the other one was doing, or they just felt that something was missing, so they didn't praise you with all the praise you felt that you should have had. We've got the High Priestess. So the two of you have like a really deep, soulful connection here. And that's probably what confused you the most because of that feeling. So if this relationship ended, I feel that there was like a real sense of loss, a sense of not having a very beautiful piece of oneself. Yeah, there was a lot of pain if this relationship ended. A lot of pain there, and on both sides, I would say. Maybe the side that got taken advantage of. So whoever was the one taking advantage of the other that felt that there was something missing, that person's in deep emotional pain at this time. Because it's like they didn't take the one who was ready to commit, ready to give their whole heart. They didn't take notice of what they truly were handing them. But if it didn't work out, then that means it wasn't supposed to, okay? Because Spirit's always in charge. We've got the Queen of Wands. So somebody needed to, somebody here knows that they did the right thing and that they're pursuing now their heart's desires. And it's like everything's, now they're being upfront about everything that they need. And if they're never going to feel like they're going to serve another person if the other person is not noticing what they're doing. That's big. That's beautiful. I think you let your guard down with this person and let yourself be vulnerable. But now you know that if somebody's not noticing the hard work that you're putting in, that it's time to pull out sooner than when you did in this relationship. And I think that this person that was taking advantage of you, remember that energies can be flipped too, because it's a relationship reading. The person that took advantage of you, their ego has been bruised a bit since this relationship vanished, because they just weren't able to find anybody that's brought to the table what you have brought to the table. They sometimes wallow in their sadness. They sometimes just like fall into retreat into this like very like circumstantial situation where, oh, I'm a victim of circumstance and woe is me. I'm never going to find true love again. And they feel that they really maybe missed an opportunity of a lifetime, but that is their karma. That is their karma. So you know where you're supposed to be and your passions are guiding you properly, and you are just like really feeling into things and letting your feelings guide you. So when you were with this person, you may have been very nervous of displeasing them. But now you process all of your emotions through the self, and you're learning not to people please as a solution, but to address feelings head on. Also, like sometimes people walk out without giving us like so-called closure, the closure that we would like to have. And because people have their own journey. It does not mean something is wrong with you if they decide to part ways through a relationship. And I think that you learned this through this relationship. You learned a few things. You definitely learned that taking a risk, because I feel that you took a risk on this person, was worth it. And now you know that taking a risk is always worth it if your heart is guiding you toward that. Even sometimes being strategic in the way that we go about taking risks can be important. I think you learned a lot of like stratagem throughout this relationship. You saw how like playing games a little bit could tweak your advantage. But I mean, I'm not condoning playing games at all with someone's heart, but I think you had to play a sort of games with this person in order to keep their interest, and that guided your passions. You felt, you know, if you have to play a game to make the sun come out, then after a while you grew bored of that. So we've got the King of, wow, you've got the King and the Queen of Cups in this reading. So yeah, you guys really were balancing the wheels of a karmic unity here. I believe you guys came together to show each other both love, but also the shadow side of love, which would be non-love, right? The dark side versus the light side of love, having love and the desire for love. It can be a sad thing if you're in a place of desiring love and not having it. I believe this person was not able to find somebody to match up to the quality of love that you brought. And I believe that their vanity and pride could have gotten in the way of opening themselves to you while you were with them. And sometimes they're just like a little sad fish swimming through the ocean now, like a little lost, like a little lost fish looking for his school, looking for his return. And yes, they think very fondly on all of the creations, and they did not realize that they could not get this again so easily, what they had with you. And you learned how to follow your heart and not play games in order to stand out to somebody. Very nice. Anything else, Spirit? I think you had a good effect on this person. Yes. And now you're standing strong as the Emperor. And oh, this is the Magician. My bad. But I did believe it to be the Emperor. So you are standing strong as like an emperor energy in this situation. You fell for this person. You learned some very valuable lessons from this person. But this person is just really starting to learn the lessons from what your union meant, why your union came into their life. You are now creating something brand new out of this. So congratulations to you. You're going to be using this energy to like stimulate new growth in your life. You know that I think that this person's appearance really turned you on, but you know that appearances are not everything. You know that what originates in the heart is the truth, and you will follow your heart more easily now that you've been with this person. All right. So thank you, dear pile number 3, for being with me and creating this reading. If this reading hit home for you, please leave me a like. Please subscribe to this channel so that I can continue to grow these readings and to grow this channel and to bring you more of these messages. Thank you very much for being here, and I send you so much love.